Welcome along, everybody. We are back for bronze action. We are here on a lovely Wednesday evening to watch some action on track then. But which track will it be then? Because we've got a track vote tonight then between Japan, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia of all places. So we'll wait and see well, we'll wait and see which track the drivers are going to be voting for then. Everybody in the YouTube comments can get their votes in for the track of tonight's race. So there we go. We'll wait and see. But the poll will be coming out then in the comment section in just a jiffy. Feel free to get your votes in then in a few moments' time. Then when that comes out, then we will run through the drivers' standings then in... Oh, never mind. I've just seen a very interesting comment then. We'll run through the driver's standings first then before we get to the comment section. Then R2 Pete leads the way then with 52 points then for the Red Bull team. Then, of course, a fantastic victory then in China last week out. Then can he complete the feat then in the mystery round? Then, of course, there we don't know what track it's going to be. It's going to be one of three. Hopefully one of three. Not too many then. We don't want all three. But we'll wait and see. But there we go. Then R2 Beat leads the way. Then Kaidel then in P2 after a fantastic result in Australia. Then struggled in China last week. Then 31 points then for the Ferrari driver. Then Irvine then who's been a consistent performer. Then unfortunately not here tonight then for the third round. But he is on 30 points then making up the top three then as well. Then as it stands, Rosa Sky then in the second McLaren then on the driver's order that is. But of course he is in the grid then. He's on the grid I should say tonight then. We'll see if he can improve then on P4 then as it stands as well. Then we've got Jay Hings then who could be a contender here as well. The wait and see then. Jay Hings then has been it's been formidable to be fair then in the first couple of rounds. Then he's been very consistent and bringing home the big points as well then for Kick Sauber. Then P5 for the time being. Then we've got Marvsky then in P6, Groove Ninja then in P7. Then we've got Housey as well P8. Jake the Slayer then I think it's Jake the Slayer. No, it's Rocket Lee. Sorry, I can't read. It's so small on my screen that I can't see it. But Rocket Lee, sorry, is in P9 then as well. Then Mr. Elite rounding off the top 10 as it stands. I believe. I think. Hopefully. Right then, I've got to click the right buttons here. This one. Right, constructors there. Red Bull leading the way with them, 75 points then. So R2B, of course, leading the charge then as well then for Red Bull. I can't even see who the second driver is for Red Bull there, but hopefully I can see on my screen. It's Marvsky then. Sorry, how could I forget then? Marvsky, of course, has been plugging away with the points then for Red Bull as well and has got a haul of 23 then, if that adds up correctly, I think. Hopefully then. McLaren then in P2. Irvine and Rosensky then have been the outstanding team then for Papaya there in the orange car as well there. Ferrari in P3 then with 43 points as well there for Kaidel and Serious Mushroom. In P4 we've got Kick Sauber there then for the J. Hings and Wab Stappen team. Unfortunately Wab Stappen's internet has been turned off, so hopefully he can get himself back in tomorrow after, well he's not going to be back in tomorrow, but he will be back online tomorrow then after the engineer comes out to fix his webs. There we go. Then we've got Racing Bulls then. No, we've got Alpine, sorry, in P5. Looking good indeed for Alpine as well then. 22 points to their name as well then. We've got Aston Martin with 20 points there. Unfortunately Jake the Slayer not here tonight either there, which is a big shame indeed for the Aston Martin outfit. Then we've got the Racing Bulls of course there. So we'll see what they can do then. Currently 19 points is very close there in the after the first two rounds then for the pack then in the constructors. And Haas in P8 sorry with 18 points as well. Then we've got Williams in P9 and who's that? Mercedes, sorry, as it stands then with 2 points then at the bottom of the field for now. They've got only 2 rounds in, then we've got a few more rounds to go, haven't we? So we'll wait and see then how it all unfolds for bronze there. Into the comment section, we're going to have a poll in just a jiffy. They will wait and see when that comes out. Vote for the Vote for the Mad Ring, says Ginger Agent. Goodness me, we'll wait and see if that comes out. First person to take out Jay Hings wins, says Percy. Right then, I'm sure that's a challenge for the other 18. It's currently 17 drivers. Then we've got somebody joining there. Mr. Elite has just jumped in, so we've got 19 then as it stands as well. Then, so 18 drivers then trying to take out Jay Hings for Percy. So I'm not sure that Jay Hings is going to be too happy about that. Good luck then. Good luck all. Not Monaco, says R2 Beat. Then, of course, the 100% league where R2 Beat does ply his trade as well. Then, unfortunately, had to face Monaco then on Sunday, which was very interesting stuff indeed. That's the perfect job for the Mushroom. Then, says Ginger Age. Malaysia, says Walski. Then that would be fantastic if they brought that back. To be fair, brilliant track indeed. Well, we haven't tried it really on ground effect or ground era cars, have we? But there we are. Yeah, never mind. We'll bring that back then. Bring back Sepang then as well. Then, says Ginger Age, and of course supporting the Malaysia vote. Then there is the vote. Then the poll is in the comment section. Then Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, or Japan, and get your votes rolling in. Then 5 votes already. Goodness me, that was tumbling in pretty quickly. And I can't see the comment section. Which one do I vote for? tell me who to vote for then, guys, in the comment section as well. Where do you vote, says Ruthless Fan. And then there is the poll then, as I think he was a bit too early then. The poll wasn't out until 25 past then. Evening all from the Mushroom then. Hi, Mushroom. I can't see any more comments because the vote is in the way. Which one do you want me to vote for then? Spam it in the chat so I can see, because I can't see underneath the vote at the moment, but we'll get to the rest of the comments in just a jiffy as well then. But welcome then to the stream. We will get ourselves a well, the vote is going to be going for the next couple of minutes or so then, and we will get ourselves rolling then for the whichever Grand Prix comes up then. Japan, Bahrain or Saudi Arabia then are your choices tonight then. Let's see what it's going to be here for Bronze Season 11 Round 3. And yeah, I've got evening all, but I can't get any further. Mr. Mushroom then says Howsey as well then. Anarchy Reaper, of course, evening all as well then. And of course, Anarchy is taking his debut then in ALR tonight. Then we've been hearing a lot about him then from Howsey, of course, who is supporting his nephew, I believe it is, if I get that right. But I probably got that wrong as well then. So sorry about that then if if I've mixed everything up there. But yeah, looking forward to seeing then what the Reaper can do then in the grid then. Evening lads as well. Good luck from Howsey then. L Pimp or Lee Pimp says Mushroom then. Good stuff indeed. Right then, I don't know what the vote. I'm just going to click a random button and vote for a track, and then I'll be able to see what the poll's saying. Then it's well, it's currently saying Bahrain then 64%, then Bahrain then 18% joint then for Saudi Arabia and Japan then. So Bahrain seems to be the favourite then. Good stuff indeed. Evening all then. There we go. I see the comments now as well then. How do I change my vote, says Ginger Agent. I vote China, says R2 Beat. Unfortunately not a option then tonight, but there we go. If you're loving the track vote week, give the stream a like and subscribe then, says ALR Esports. Thank you very much, Smithy, for plugging away. And I vote for Mushroom track then, says Real Ashton. So Mushroom's track, which one is that? We'll wait to see. But at the moment, it's definitely going towards the Bahrain side of things then, as the vote's been out for only 2 minutes so far. And we've had 22 votes then on the poll then, and the majority then, well, not majority, 64% of the votes are going for Bahrain then as it stands. Keep the vote open until mad. Oh, no, it's gone. So Ginger Age has deleted that one quickly enough. So never mind. He doesn't want us to see that. But there we go then. So we've got to keep, if he's referring to Madrid, then we've got to keep it open until September, I think. So that's going to be a long stream. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep that up there, to be fair. But nonetheless, we'll see what goes on then. Mushroom wanted Monaco in the wet then, said Howsey. Yes, well, if somebody likes to go through all the pain, then fair enough, to be fair. Simulation damage, of course, as well there. But we'll wait and see then in a couple of minutes' time, or it'll be less than that now, what the track vote is going to say then. A few votes coming in for Saudi Arabia as well then, it seems. Then they've... no, sorry, it's Japan that's eclipsed Saudi Arabia then. So, unfortunately, for Saudi Arabia then, it's not going to be a triple header then, as we've had Saudi then for gold, of course, on Monday then. And last night for silver as well then. So we've got we're going to have a bit of a change up, it looks like, at the moment, but of course it could change in the next minute or so, however long Smithy wants to keep the vote open, to be fair. But there we go. Mushroom wanted Monaco then in the wet then. Keep the vote open until the Mad Ring wins, says Ginger Rage. And right, we need to change the poll quickly and add the Mad Ring, but unfortunately we can't race around there yet on this game. Maybe in the very near future. Why does Ginger have a box of tissues instead of a spanner next to his name then? Because I don't know, maybe he's been very busy then with his laptop then as well. Right, never mind. Can't be too rude. But it's before 9 p.m. of course. So there we go. Saudi, says R2 Beat then. So he's flying the flag then for Saudi Arabia then. But unfortunately, Saudi Arabia is currently not doing too well in the votes as it stands. But let's wait and see then how it all changes then. I think it's only going to be a few seconds until that poll closes as well then. So let's see what it's going to be then. Currently Bahrain leading the way with 56% of the vote then. So over halfway then for Bahrain then. It seems to be a favourite then for the bronze drivers, and as it stands, right then, which Japanese track is it, says Ginger Age as well then. And he dribbles a lot. says Ginger Dragon. There we go. Right, never mind. Well, I think we'd have to race at Suzuka if it was going to be Japan, but that is it then. But the poll has decided then it is Bahrain tonight then for bronze, season 11, round 3 then. So hopefully we can get ourselves over to Bahrain and we can get ourselves cracking then for the qualifying in just a jiffy then. Harvey Rage, says Marsky then as well. I'm not sure. Is that Harvey Price? Who knows? Right then. What goodness me. I'm dizzy than Bob. Dizzier than Bob then, says Ginger Age. And goodness me, I have no idea what's going on in the comment section at the moment. But there we go then. 25 votes there as well. Then the poll is complete. 56% then for Bahrain, 24% for Japan, and only 20%, which is contrary to gold and silver for Saudi Arabia there as well then. So Saudi not a favourite then for the bronze drivers then. Bahrain, of course, is probably a more familiar track than the likes of Saudi and potentially Japan as well then, to be fair. So let's get ourselves started then. We will get ourselves cracking with qualifying then in just a jiffy. The drivers are readying up as we speak, and we can crack on then for the start of the session. I need to get rid of this screen, don't I? There we go. Now we can see everybody here all smiling and happy then that it's going to be Bahrain then for the third round of the season there. And away we go then, ticking down then to start off qualifying in just a moment's time. Right, I've done a lot of talking already then, haven't I, to be fair, so I'm going to call it there. We'll just watch the cars going around then and see what happens, shall we? We'll find out. Thankfully, Ginger Age is not on the grid tonight, so otherwise that would be very terrifying for 19 other drivers and for me commentating, and especially for Smithy then having to admin all of that afterwards as well, but never mind. Right then, into the qualifying we go then here in Sakir, and of course, like I said, it's a nice change then to the pace then after two days of Saudi Arabia, and we'll see how the drivers in for bronze are going to fare here as we head into the desert then for the third round of the season. Hopefully, we're loading. We're going to get there eventually, hopefully. But there we are. Good stuff indeed. A lovely night sky then here in the desert then, and there we go then, all the cars then in the garages at the moment then, getting themselves sorted then and ready to get raring for qualifying, we hope, in just a jiffy's time then. Which layout of Bahrain? God, I can't know. There's too many layouts as well, isn't there, to be fair. We should really do the endurance layout. That would be fantastic, I think, in league racing. Maybe not for the drivers, controllers and technical gear and all of that sort of stuff, but yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, not so much for the Bahrain Grand Prix then. It's the Sakir International Circuit, Sean. That's the layout then that we're racing at there. There is a small track map then in the bottom right then of the stream, as you can see there, as all drivers then are currently in the garages then before they get themselves started. Liam has retired. I think he's serving a qualifying ban, but he will be starting from the back of the field then. But of course, the race, is where you get the points. So we'll see what we can do then in the Grand Prix itself. And we've got an Alpine heading out on track. Who is it, is the question. Is it Groove Ninja or is it Tom Huffy then? Of course, Tom Huffy making his first appearance in bronze then this season after missing, unfortunately, the first two rounds. Then hopefully he can get himself underway then in bronze with a good Bahrain Grand Prix then. Evening all from Potstuff, and good luck then. Of course, Potstuff was a storming winner then last night, and then in Saudi Arabia then for silver. Then he, I think he was a very keen driver then for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix based on the pace that we saw then last night. And yeah, Potstuff then was absolutely in a world of his own almost, wasn't he? I think Tory then was the closest driver to him, and of course Reflection rounded off the podium then, which was absolutely fantastic then for Reflection as well, to be fair. But a really good race then, it looked like, from my point of view anyway, in Saudi Arabia then from silver then, and of course in gold as well then, to be fair, because gold's pace is absolutely electric, isn't it? Right then, what can bronze do then? Can they set the track alight then here in Sakir as well? We'll find out then. Did you know it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain? I completely forgot. I meant to say that fact, and then maybe that's why they voted then for the knowledge that Ginger Age imparts on us here, as it only rains for 12 days then of the year here in Bahrain then, and thankfully it's not raining on one of those 12 days tonight as well then. So well, so far not in the race anyway, not in the qualifying anyway as well. Happy Squirrel Appreciation Day as well from Ginger Ranger Age, and goodness me, how could I forget the Squirrel Appreciation Day as well? It's a terrible thing from me. I've completely fluffed this, haven't I? Right then, I better retire then from commentating. Then we'll watch the qualifying then in peace and quiet. I'll try and say a few words here and there, but I'm losing my voice already, to be fair, so I've been talking too much already. Right then, Tom Huffy then to set ourselves underway then, heading through towards turn 4 then in that lovely Alpine. Then, of course, we haven't seen the new Alpine livery just yet. And, of course, I think with the new patch F126 DLC thing as well, then we'll get all the new livery designs in very quickly indeed as well then, and potentially we're hopefully hearing that the new DLC for F126 will be a bit earlier than usual, then potentially in May or even earlier than that. Then we'll wait and see. But enough about that. Then we've got to watch the track action as we go through then into turn 10. Then a very difficult braking zone that is, but Tom Huffy has negotiated that brilliantly indeed as we head through now into the depths of sector 2. Then finishing off sector 2 momentarily. Then over the curve a bit, that can unsettle the back end then of that car. Goodness me, where's he going? There he is as we go through then into sector 3. A 106.9 then for the first 2 sectors as we go down this long back straight then, heading on to the even longer main straight to finish off the lap then for the Alpine machine. Then let's see what it's going to be then for Tom Huffy. The first time is going to be on the board momentarily now, and he's run out of deployment, which is bad news indeed, but he's going to go to the line. Then it's going to be a 28.7, puts himself of course P1 then as it stands. Then brilliant stuff indeed then from Tom Huffy, then looking good at the moment for the Alpine machine. Evening, Alex, and hello all racers, and good luck. Bronze from Camaro Racer as well then, of course. He was I'm not a fan of Jeddah last night, was he, Camaro Racer then? And I saw his comment in the Discord then after the race then, and I think he was one of a few drivers that were very keen to end that Grand Prix. 29.1 then from Marsky then into P2. I'm dying. Into P2 then for Marsky, then Rocket Lee P3 with a 29.6, then Shadows, and of course a full-time driver then in the Racing Bulls then after stepping back into league racing as well. Then looking forward to seeing what he can do then. He's currently P5 as Jay Hings has jumped up to P3 with a 29.6 in the kick sour with their good stuff indeed. Real Ashton with a 30.2 puts himself P6, and his teammate Vintage has done a 30.5 then. We've got Groove Ninja then, both Alpines. Look at them go then, they're flying then in the first parts of qualifying. 28.6 for the Groove Ninja then, looking good indeed then for Alpine as it stands, locking out the front row. Of course, we've only had a few minutes of qualifying, but looking good indeed then for Alpine as they start off the session. Then Kaidel with a 29.2 then for Ferrari onto the second row of the grid then as it stands. Anarchy Reaper then is done a 30.7 then just behind Vintage and on his debut lap then in ALR. Great stuff indeed. Venom's out on track, but unfortunately hasn't validated his time. We'll have to go back round again then and try another way. We've got Baz then, of course, who stepped in the Aston Martin for Jake the Slayer then tonight. Then San coming down to the final corner then to see what he can do then on his first attempt in the Mercedes then. We've had Mr. Elite jump up to P5 with a 29.4. Then here comes San then up to P8 then with a 29.8. And time is tumbling in then in the early stages of this qualifying session here. Venom then unfortunately didn't have to go back round again, doesn't he? Which is a bit of a shame then. We've got the championship leader then of R2 Beat then heading through into sector 3 momentarily. But we've got Baz further along then. Let's see what Baz can do then as we go. Goodness me, it's too early for that then. Heading into the final couple of corners then for Baz then on his first flying lap. Let's see what Baz can do then. Now flicking it into that final corner now. Here comes Baz. Up to the line. What's it going to be? The battery is depleted then, but up to the line we go then for the Aston Martin. It's going to be P11 then with a 30.1 then for Baz. Oh dear, we've lost him. We lost him. Where is R2 Beat? A 29.7 then for the championship leader then. That's not where he wants to be. He wants to be out in the front then, leading the way then, of course, as he has done for the last, or almost has done for the last 2 rounds, or the first 2 rounds of the season, whichever way you want to put it. P8 then for the championship leader then as it stands then here in Bahrain. We've got Venom back out on a lap then as well, heading through towards turn 4. A couple of cars just slowing down and getting out of the way then of that kick salver then as Huffy has gone faster still with a 28.6 as well. Then he's 0.004 of a second ahead of his teammate, and Alpine are looking on fire here tonight then, and it's looking good indeed then for both Tom Huffy and Groove Ninja then, who are setting the pace here in qualifying. Then Marsky then is in P3 I think he might be coming back to the pits, or is he going to be finishing off this lap then? Let's see for the Red Bull driver then. Can he improve then? Can he find the time to match those Alpines then as we head to the line for Marsky? What's it going to be then for the Red Bull? It's going to be an improvement then by almost half a second then, but he stays P3 only just as well then by a few thousandths of a second there, but a good improvement then from Marsky then puts himself comfortably then in the realms then of that second row spot then, and potentially fighting then later on in this qualifying session for the top spot as well then. We wait and see. Here comes Jay Hings then. Jay Hings improves to 28.9. Then he's found almost 7/10 of a second. They're finding a lot of time then in this second lap then, aren't they, here in Bahrain? The bronze drivers are putting on a show. And Jay Hings then onto the second row of the grid then. R2 Beat, I think, is we're starting off another lap then, so maybe they're fueling up for 2 runs here then in qualifying, which suggests why they're having a bit of a difficult time on the first outing. Rufus Fenner has done a 30.0, puts himself P12 then on his valid attempt there as well, then got himself up into the top 12, I should say. Howsey is on the circuit as well then. Goodness me, watch out everybody then. Howsey comes through then into the final corner then. I don't mean any disrespect to Howsey, of course, but here he comes in up to the line then. Let's see what can the Racing Bull do then. Racing Bull racing up to P50 with a 30.5 then. I'm not sure that's his favourite time, or his best time I should say then, but we'll wait and see then if he can improve on that as well there. We'll find out then, of course. The difference with the track vote is, of course, you've got less time to practice, or potentially you have less time to practice unless you want to start then from the get-go at the end of the previous race, that is, a week before, but nonetheless, some people do, maybe some people don't, but there we go then as we head through then into Sector 3 very soon for R2 Beat on his second run. Of course, he's fueled that car up to potentially go for 2 attempts then on the same set of tyres. Then let's see, is he finding time then on his second lap? Then he's found 4/10 of a second. That will put him in the realms then of P6 as it stands potentially. But we'll wait and see then if he can find more time then towards the end of the lap as well here. Alex, you are so right. Then horror track then for wheels racing, except some drivers like pot stuff, says Kamara Racing. Then here comes R2 Beat then up into P5 with a 29.2. Then instead he improves by just over half a second as well. Then a lot of time tumbling in. Then Rocket Lee looking to find that time as well. Then heading through turn 4 then into Sector 2 now. We'll come back to him then because we've got a few drivers then further along, I think, then around the circuit. Then we've got Real Ashton. How is he coming back to the pit lane? I think then after his first outing as well, then Real Ashton heading through then into Sector 2 and now into this heavy braking zone of turn 10. Then can he get the spot right? Then he has spotted it right then, very nicely done indeed then from Real Ashton, and away he goes down the back straight, the middle straight, whatever you want to call it, but there we are then. Real Ashton now flicking into that left hander, then up the hill we go then towards the line of Sector 3. And now we'll see what the Delta is saying for Real Ashton. Goodness me, I am losing my voice quite quickly already. He has found almost 9/10 of a second then on his previous time. That is looking formidable then for Real Ashton. Then can he keep it all together then as we head down to the line? 30.2 then, another second then will put him into the range then of the third row of the grid then as it stands. Here comes Real Ashton to the line. Let's see what it's going to be then as we cross the line now. Then it's going to be close. Then he's found a second. Then he goes up to P7. Rocket Lee has rocketed up to P1 with a 28.2. Wow, that is pretty good stuff indeed from Rocket Lee. Then he is, he saw the Alpine pace and he said, well, I'll match that, to be fair. And we didn't match it, he beat it quite comfortably as it stands at the moment. Then 4/10 of a second there to his next rival at the moment. Then Real Ashton then as he's dropped down to P2. Then we have Venom jump up into P6 then. So both Kick Sauers on the third row as it stands. But Real Ashton then with a 29.2 then is looking pretty good indeed then for the Williams team. Kaidel back in the pit lane. Unfortunately, he's not having a good time then in this qualifying session. Then we've got a yellow flag out there for an Alpine, I think, coming back to the pit lane. Sam then is found almost 6/10 of a second on his previous time. That will put him into the range of the 29.2s as well here then. So it's going to be a lot of 29.2s. Mr. Elite, no, it's not Mr. Elite, it's Shadows then with a 29.4, then puts himself P11. Then here comes San. Let's see what he can do then in that Mercedes then to the line. Then the battery then light flashing away then as we get to the line. Then here he comes in. All deployment has been used and it's P8 then with a 29.0 there right behind Venom as well. Then Kick Sauers then just ahead of the Mercedes and as it stands. And I just didn't want rain, but I do like Bahrain and Saudi. Then says pot stuff as well. Then, as Kamara then is saying that nobody liked it too much. Pot stuff, who was absolutely loving it. But there we go then. As we go through, then Rosa Sky has jumped up to P5. I've missed him completely. I'm very sorry, Rosa Sky. Then, but there you are in that fantastic Chrome Papaya McLaren as well. Then heading up the hill. Then as of course P5 then currently on the third row of the grid then, and knocking the kick Saubers then off that perch then for the time being as well. Good stuff indeed from Rosa Sky. Tom Huffy is back on circuit then, so let's see. No, he's not, because he's abandoned that time then, hasn't he? He's gone into neutral there. Hopefully that's all good. Just letting the Aston Martin go through there. So Huffy will have to try and go again then, but he's looking pretty good then in his first qualifying of the season as well here. Shadows then is coming back to the pit lane. Mr. Elite then is on a hot lap then, heading towards that start-finish line once again then. Can he improve on P13 currently then? 29.4. Let's see. We will see soon, because here he comes round that final corner. Then the Aston Martin heading to the line. Battery then has not been maximised, I don't think, then up to the line on this lap as well then, but he improves to P11 with a 29.2 and puts himself then ahead of Kydell. Then Kydell is struggling then, of course. He's a championship contender then in the bronze season 11, but unfortunately after starting the championship then P2 then after the first two rounds, then he is not having a good time. Real Ashton has retired in the pit lane. He is P10 with a 29.2 as well, and a fantastic performance then so far then qualifying. Well, that's a fantastic performance from Real Ashton in qualifying, because there's not going to be any more improvement unfortunately for the Williams driver then. So that's him done and dusted then. Baz then heading through into sector 3 then. Is he up on his previous time then? No, he's not. Then he's 1.9 seconds down then, unfortunately, so he's coming back to the pit lane to shake it all off then and go again there for the Aston Martin team. Then Housy's on track then, heading through turn 4. Can he find the time then? Stop the counters, Real Ashton as well then. Good stuff indeed. Housy's found half a second in the first sector alone then, so Housy is on a good lap here. Or he has in a good first sector of this lap, I should say. Let's see if he can keep it all together. Hopefully he can, then heading through then into sector 2. Then down the hill we go, then braking very hard here to get that car slowed down over the inside curve of it. Then that's unsettled the car slightly. Jay Hings, I've missed it. Jay Hings has gone P2 then onto the front row. 28.5 then for Jay Hings. And Jay Hings is looking formidable in bronze and Bahrain as well then, as we go through then, as Huffy then unfortunately is harvesting energy again then, so hopefully he is he might have enough time still to go again then if he gets himself back in the pit lane quickly. So Huffy can try again for another lap then, but Jay Hings then onto the front row then. He can't quite get close enough to Rocket Lee's time, who has done a absolutely to his namesake absolutely rocket lap then as well then for Rocket Lee. Then looking to get himself pole position here in Bahrain. Jay Hings going back to the pit lane. 3 minutes to go then, so Huffy's got enough time. Marsky's got enough time then. Will there be enough time for a few other drivers who are still out on track? Then Housy has improved to a 30.0 then. I think he lost a bit of time then in the final couple of sectors there, because he was looking pretty good then in the first. Has he got time to go round again? Then the fuel light flashing indicates that he probably doesn't, unfortunately for Housy. Then he's going to have to come back to the pit lane, and that might be qualified, done and dusted then. Anarchy is back out on circuit as well then for his debut qualifying appearances as well here then, going through then on an out lap there as well then, it looks like. So that's all good. Jay Hings, the question is, can he get himself back in the pit lane and back out again then for one final run then with enough time? Then I don't think he can, unfortunately, for Jay Hings, so he might have to settle for P2 as it stands then. But the Alpines might be trying to take that P2 away from him as well then, of course, as oh dear, he's teleported. Right, good stuff. I think he's all right. Good stuff indeed. There we go then. And as we head through there into turn 4 now, Groove Ninja then is flying through then sector 1 then. Can he find the time then? Let's see what the Delta is saying then as we cross into sector 2 then. He's found a tenth of a second. That would put him into P2 with that improvement as it stands. But can he keep it all together then in the next two sectors then as we cross into the final minute and a half then of qualifying here as well? We're going to be, well, it's been a pretty good start to the qualifying session, or pretty good start to the round, I should say then. Qualifying has been absolutely fantastic. Lots more action out on track now as the cars start to filter out of that pit lane here as well. Where's Kydell? Because Kydell is starting a lap in as well. So we'll go back to where were we? Groove Ninja, and let's see what Groove Ninja can do. As we go through now into Sector 3, he's found 2.7 tenths of a second, and he is looking to improve then. Can he get himself a few more tenths in the final sector to try and take that pole position as well? Then we'll wait and see now. Flicking it into the final corner, then bouncing over the curbs, then keeping that back end stable is a difficult thing there as well. Then and now up to the line, what's it going to be for Groove Ninja? It's going to be close. It's a 28.3 onto the front row of the grid then, but P2 for Groove Ninja then as it stands. Wow, good stuff indeed. And, oh dear, he's gone off the circuit slightly there. But there we go then, qualifying, I think, done and dusted then for Groove Ninja. Where have we got? We've got an Alpine, that's Tom Huffy, his teammate, then starting off a new lap as well then. Where is the Red Bull then? That's R2 Beat starting a lap as well. Then where is the McLaren of, no, it's not the McLaren, it's the McLaren of Rosa Sky, isn't it? Rosa Sky then to the line. What's it going to be for the McLaren driver then? It's going to be P5 with a 28.6. He finds a tenth of a second there. Puts himself P6 and Venom then, Venom starting a lap, sorry, then, so never mind. We'll come back to him later then. We've got a few more starting lap as well then. I think Mr. Elite has just about got to the line in time as well then for the Aston Martin. He will be the last driver to cross the line as well to start a lap here. Mercedes then, San then coming back to the pits, unfortunately invalidating his time. That's not good news then for San. We've got Kydell then, Kydell up to the line. It's going to be P7 with a 28.9. He finds almost 3 tenths of a second then onto the fourth row of the grid then for Kydell, then the championship contender as well. Then he's got his rival R2 Beat behind him for now, but R2 Beat is on a flying lap here as well then, so we'll come back to that then. Shadders jumped up to P7 with a 28.9 as well then. He's found almost half a second then on his final run then. Has Shadders then on his full-time debut here in bronze as well then. Fantastic stuff from Shadders. He's regaining the form then of his youth. He's only been away for a couple of years, but there we go then as we head through the rest of the lap then. Let's see what Tom Huffy's up to then as we go through the final corner then for the Huff. And up to the line then, here he comes then. Can he improve? Can he find the time? Then he's going to find, he's found 2.5 tenths of a second. He puts himself P3 just behind the front row of the grid then. Fantastic stuff indeed. Marvsky P4, R2 Beat stays P11 then with a 29.1 then. The championship leader then not having a good time out there then in qualifying in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Venom then, can he improve as well then from P9? Then he stays P9, but he does find some time, I think, there as well. Goodness me. And last but not least is Mr. Elite. Here he comes in up to the line from P13. He's going to go P9 then with a 29.0 as well then. Good stuff indeed from Mr. Elite there. Good improvement then from the Aston Martin driver there. And that is qualifying done and dusted here. Unfortunately, Mushroom didn't get his car keys going as well. Rocket Lee then takes pole position then by over a tenth and a half as well then from the Alpine machines then. Groove Ninja P2 and Tom Huffy P3 then. We'll run through the full classification in just a jiffy then, but what a qualifying to start off round 3 then of bronze season 11. Oh god, I need a breather already then, as whoever presses start straight away, they have small pee-pee. Says Mushroom, thank goodness me. Alright then. Too bad I can't press start straight away. Good evening everyone from Reflection, sorry then, of course, Reflection then, a podium sitter then last night in silver then. Fantastic stuff indeed from Reflection in as well then. Come on at Haas then, bring it home then, says Pot Stuff then. Haas currently leading the way then on the grid then with Rocket Lee. Liam then unfortunately serving a qualifying man. We'll see what you can do then in the Grand Prix itself then, but that is the classified order, sorry, for qualifying then. Marvsky P4, Jay Hings P5, Rosa Sky in P6, Shadders P7 then, Kydell P8 then, Mr. Elite P9, Venom then rounding off the top 10 here then in Bahrain. Qualifying is done and dusted, then the race will still to come then. We've got 29 laps of Bahrain action to unfold in front of our very eyes here then. Stay tuned then in just a jiffy. Here we go then, formation lap is underway, and we will have a look at the situation in terms of the tyre compounds. There is a bit of a difference in strategies then for some. We'll wait and see then how it all unfolds in the Grand Prix. Then we are away for the formation lap now. Right then, why did Mushroom not come out, says Styles then, and Mushroom said it's winter. Come on Mushroom, last the first, says Styles as well, then see you in silver next season as well then. Ginger Raider said Alpine second and third, Flavio should have kept the Renault engines, and yeah, maybe he'll be thinking about that, going back on those quite quickly then. Not in Bahrain, it's actually early spring, says Ginger Agent. Again, with the facts then, thank goodness for Ginger Agent knowing all of the weather conditions and the situations over in Bahrain. Where would we be without him? Only 19 can I join, says Styles as well then. You're a bit too late now, I think, unfortunately. So, never mind. But, yeah, there we go. Of course, Styles got P5 then in China last week for silver. So, yeah, not too shabby indeed then, to be fair. I think there was a certain Aston Martin driver, a.k.a. me, that didn't do very well. But never mind, we'll worry about that another time. Then we've got Bahrain to unfold here for bronze. Then we've got Rocket Lee then leading the way as Mr. Lee has been disqualified. Oops. Medium compound tyres then. We haven't gone through the tyres yet, and we're already in Sector 3. Soft compound tyres for the Alpine of Groove Ninja then, and for Marvsky as well in P4, and for R2B. So both Red Bulls opting for the soft compound tyre here. That is a interesting call then for the three that have gone for those soft compound tyres, and they're going to be pretty quick then in the opening laps then, but those soft compounds will drop off quite quickly, we assume. Medium compound tyres for the rest of the field, apart from one, and it's Ruthless Venom who's starting on the hard compound tyres then in P10 then, right in the middle of the field then, but he's starting on the tyre that's more durable, that will go longer into the first part of the Grand Prix. Then we'll wait and see how that plays out then for the Venom as we get ourselves lined up on the grid. Hopefully we will see, we'll see this, the start of the Grand Prix then in just a jiffy then, as we get ourselves all lined up then in our grid boxes then. A few drivers then having a bit of a problem doing that as well there, but nonetheless we can hopefully get ourselves started in a moment's time. Right then, 3-stop strategy, says Styles then. Soft tyres, says Pot Stuff then as well. Then must be 2 stopping, says Pot Stuff. But there we go. We'll find out then as the race unfolds then. 5 red lights soon to be on then. The 5 red lights are on in Bahrain. And away we go then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. A good start then, I think, then for, well, a few drivers having a few issues in the background. Then goodness me, what's happened there? Then that's a McLaren that's completely taken out Shadows there as well. Then heading through into the, well, before the first corner. Then Alpines make contact. Then into P1 goes Groove Ninja. He's flown past on those soft compound tyres there. Rocket Lee under pressure from Marsky's also on the soft compounds. We've got more problems then. Real Ashton's had an issue at the back of the field. Then unfortunately Rocket Lee's locked up. He's gone long then in turn 4. Marsky sneaks through. There's all sorts of chaos there as we head through into Sector 2 now. Goodness me, they've all sorted themselves out, I think, now. So, like, oh dear, Jay Hings then losing the back end slightly as well then, and now diving down the inside. Wow, that's a dive bomb indeed from Mr. Elite then, goodness me. And Venom's lost a place to Mushroom, who's up 9 places then, goodness me. Mushroom is flying then. The McLaren, not the McLaren, sorry, the Mercedes and Ferrari. Now Mr. Elite are trying to get involved as we go into turn 10. Goodness me as well. Mushroom is sniffing blood then as well then. He's all over the back then, looking to get himself into the top 10. He's already in the top 10. He's looking to get himself P9 as well here, but unfortunately didn't see what's happened to R2B as well. Then goodness me, the championship leader's had an issue somewhere. And wow, an opening lap then to forget then for a few drivers out there as well. Then Kaidel is back past Mr. Elite. Then there's a bit of argy-bargy going on. Then Mr. Elite is not in any mood to make friends tonight there as well. Then he is flying along then and trying to get himself back past the Ferrari as well. Then up into P8 now. And Mr. Elite then is well, he's gained a place, sorry, then from the start. Then Sam has gained 4 places. Then Groove Ninja leading the way. Then he's got a 1-second gap already to Marsky, who is storming off then into the distance. And Rocket Lee had that lock up, but he stays in P3, sorry, for the time being. Then Tom Hubby's lost a spot. Then he's of course on the medium compound tyres. The 2 ahead of him have got past him on the soft compound tyres. Ferrari battling as well. Then Mushroom is past Kaidel. Then up into P9 is Mushroom. Then he's past his teammate and now on the charge with Mr. Elite as well. Goodness me. in the background. Then we've got so Shadows. Then Shadows, I think, he's got left end plate damage as well. Then R2 Beat's not got any damage, I don't think, as well. Then same for Real Ashton. Then they're trying to catch up here, but Shadows then is definitely under a bit of pressure then, which is a big shame indeed. Not sure what happened then. It seemed like the McLaren or whoever. I'm not sure if it was Rosa Sky or if it was Anarchy. Then who? Yes, it must have been Rosa Sky, because he has left the session here, and his internet is not handling tonight then as well. Then as we go through then on lap 2, then Rosa Sky unfortunately going to drop down the field and hopefully get himself back in the session and firstly sort out the net. He might need a refresh on that one. But there we go then. Out in front then, the gaps have started to emerge, and the soft compound tyres for the top 2 then, they have flown off then in this race. Rocket Lee is keeping tabs though with Marsky then as it stands. Venom then and Rosa Sky, it's Venom getting past the AI of Rosa Sky. Unfortunately Vintage has gone through as well then, so unfortunate then for Rosa Sky. Then hopefully he can get himself back in and back underway. Mushy was hiding his pace then, says Potts left there as well. Then they'll be quick for 2 laps then for the soft compound tyres. Groove Ninja once again sets the fastest lap as we go on to the 3rd lap. Now this is where Potts is saying those tyres are going to be gone, so we'll wait and see. Right then, we'll find out now then, as they'll be quick for 2 laps. And Shadows is already out then, says Stars. He's not out then just yet. But he's had some issues then, I think, from the start. Then there was definitely a McLaren, I think it might have been Rosa Sky, who had the issues then. Jay Hings and Huffy side by side then into turn 4. Then Jay Hings has got the inside line. Has he got the move done? Yes, he has. He's up into P4 now. Can he chase after the top 3 is the next question though for the Kick Sauber driver. Then he's right behind Rocket Lee then, who's catching up to Marsky, then just about keeping the gap. Then we'll switch over to tyre situation, because there we are. Soft compound tyres that they've worked out for the top 2. Unfortunately not for R2 Beat. Housey and Anarchy then having a bit of a battle then between the bloodlines there as well, of course. Nephew and what's the other word for uncle? Is it uncle? It is uncle and nephew, isn't it? Goodness me. Shadows has gone through as well then. Shadows is doing a good job of staying with the pack then, even with that damage as well, to be fair. He's now behind his teammate then. R2 Beat is catching up to this pack as well then on his soft compound tyres. Then it's going to be a problem then. Rosa Sky's dropped to the back of the field, unfortunately, then with that disconnection there as well. Then R2 Beat has passed Anarchy for P16, sorry, I should say, and trying to get himself back into the points paying positions, down to 15 then for the points paying positions in bronze. Right then, medium compound tyres are starting to catch up now. Softs are starting to drop off. Then we've got a pit stop then. It's Huffy then into the pit lane. Pretty early stop then for Tom Huffy. Then let's see what he's going to go on to next then is the question for the Alpine. But maybe then it's a strategic call then to go on to a new set of boots then before his competitors. Then hard compound tyres going on the Alpine, and away he goes. Then he'll have some clean air then when he comes out of the pit lane. But it's a very early stop indeed for as Rosa Sky has joined back, but unfortunately has been demoted back to the back of the grid then with the disconnection there as well. Then Huffy then back out then on the fresh hard compound tyres. Very early stop indeed. No damage as far as we know. No damage as far as we can see either then for the Alpine, so maybe this is a strategy call then from Tom Huffy. Then let's see how it plays out then as well then for the Alpine. Then we've got one Alpine then leading the way then on this soft compound tyres. Another Alpine has picked for a set of hard compound tyres already then. He would get pole, but he wanted to show off by overtaking, says Styles as well then. Referring to Mushrooms, up into P6 now, and on a charge, isn't he then, is the Mushroom then. Rosa Sky had got himself back in the session and back in the car then, but unfortunately he's going to have to do a lot of fixing then to get himself back in the points paying positions as well then. But we'll wait and see then how it plays out then. Jay Hings and Rocket Lee then have caught up then to the top two, or not so much the top 2 just yet then. Marsky then just outside of that 1 second window then of that Alpine, leading them with that Groove Ninja. Then here comes Marsky, P2 then. He is flying though, and he's almost got himself within that 1 second window, hasn't he? There he is then. Can he stave off Rocket Lee? They're heading in towards turn 1 then. Rocket Lee looks for a move, but he thinks better of it and stays behind the Red Bull for the time being on to lap 5. Good stuff then so far, as Kydell then and Venom, where has he gone? There he is. Kydell and Venom then switching places. Then Venom then on those hard compound tyres. He's playing the long game then in this first few laps. But of course those tyres will come to him then as we go through. Then Kydell then trying to make a move then on Sand, but Sand holds on then. Oh dear, that back in then was not liking the defence though as we go through now into sector 2 then. But Sand then stays in P7 for now then. Mushroom looking to get that P5 off of Mr. Elite then. They've all bunched up at the front of the field, then the top 4 now within DRS range of each other. Then there's a bollard there. They've hit it out of the way. San and Kydell are carrying on their fight. They've had a massive fight indeed, as Venom's got a 3-second penalty somehow there, but he is still on the back of these two then as we go through now on to lap 5, heading through then into sector 3. Mushroom then cannot get past Mr. Elite just yet then as well then, but now Mask is caught up to the DRS then of Groove Ninja. Then can he hold on to those soft compound tyres? How long can they hold on to the soft compound tyres? We will have to ask then as they filter through then into the final corner then to finish off lap 5 and start off lap 6 here. Bahrain, boring says Vessi then, good stuff indeed. How insightful there. But did you know that it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain? So Ginger Age once told me that. Here comes Marsky. Can he shake for the lead then into turn 1? He's got the inside line. Can Groove Ninja hold it around the outside into turn 2? He's got the inside line now, but I think Marsky has done it, has he? Yes. Oh, has he? Yes, he has. But Groove, who's got DRS? Neither of them have got DRS on that occasion, it looks like. As we go into turn 4, Rocket Lee. Oh, God, that's close then. Rocket Lee, there's contact there. Rocket Lee's got him deep. Then he's spun the car. And he's lost out then as well. Thank goodness me, but he's back underway quickly enough. But he's lost out to Kydell. Then can he get himself back underway before Venom gets caught up to him as well? Yes, he can. Good stuff indeed. Quick turnaround then from Rocket League. Oh, where is Venom going? As there's another lock-up then for Rocket League. Goodness me, and Venom's trying to sneak down the inside here as we go through then into Sector 2. And it's getting tight indeed, but I think they've calmed down. I hope they've calmed down. But there we go then, both Mercedes then, Sam then P9 then, and Baz then P10 waiting in the wings. Vintage is caught up as well. He's P11 then is Vintage, looking good indeed. Venom has got past Rocket Lee now with the aid of some DRS then into Sector. Oh my God, then Rocket Lee has been dive bombed there by San, and that was an aggressive move then from San. I think Rocket Lee's turned the ERS off, which is why he's losing so much time there as we go into Sector 3. And then he's held off the move then from Baz. But can Baz go for the switchback? Yes, he can then as we go down the back straight now then into the final corner there. And Rocket League just needs to keep the composure here as well. Then he's got back past Baz, then down the inside then with a late braking move. But Baz once again then swoops around the outside. Pit stop action then. We've got Groove Ninja into the pit lane then from the... what was it the lead? It was technically P2, but he was formally leading. Then Rocket Lee's also in the pit lane as well then. So there's a lot of pit stop activity out here. Potentially 2 stops on the way. We'll wait and see. Then Housie and Liam having a battle into turn 1. Then Housie's got the inside. Liam's gone round the outside, then up into P10 there as well then. So more pit stops there as well. Then we'll wait and see then how this is going to play out. I think it's going to be a 2-stop strategy then for everybody who's pitted, Tom Huffy included. Of course, he has pitted 3 laps ago then for a new set of boots as well. Evening from Martin as well. Then good evening, guys, as well. Then in the comment section, we've got 7 laps of action have unfolded, to be fair, and well, I haven't been able to keep up with any of them. So there we are. R2Beat is pitted as well. Then R2Beat having a struggle then on that the first lap as well. Then as putting him down to the back of the grid. Then as it stands, but can he play some catch up then and get himself back in the points paying positions? Of course, the champion leader then is struggling then down at the back of the field at the moment. But we've still got, I can't do the maths, but we've still got about 20-something laps to go. Right then, Marsky leads the way then. He's now under pressure from Jay Hings. Jay Hings then, there's a little bit of a gap then. Mushroom's up into P3 then with all those pit stops as well, to be fair. Mushroom is looking pretty good here. He's got himself past Mr. Elite. Then can he power on then and try and challenge Marsky then? Will Marsky peel to the pits then? Now, no, he's staying out then is Marsky there. Good stuff indeed. And he's keeping those soft compound tyres going to the end here in Bahrain. But Jay Hings might have something to say about that because he will be looking to get those medium compounds past that Red Bull then as quickly as possible. As Sam has got a 10-second penalty. Oh no, for Sam, that's disastrous as well as being in the pit lane. And Liam's also in the pit lane. I'm losing my breath. Liam is also in the pit lane. But Sam then, unfortunately, and he's going to do a 2-stop. He's gone for mediums again, then has Sam. If he's going to do a 2-stop, he's going to have to serve that penalty in the next pit stop as well, then, which is a big shame indeed. Rocket League then flies past his teammate who's stuck in the pit lane for the time being. Then R2Beat is coming through as well. he'll be in the vicinity with Liam as well. Then he's up into P18 now. Right then, out in front, Marsky then still leading the way then on those soft compound tyres. They've done 7.5 laps so far, and they've held on then for the Red Bull, which is pretty good stuff indeed. They're not, it's not realistic performance, so those soft compound tyres are not doing a bad job then for the Red Bull of Marsky. Then Jay Hings chasing him down. Mushroom can't quite get within that 1 second window. Then the same for Mr. Elite. Then Kydell up into P5 then after a struggling qualifying then, but is looking strong then in the Grand Prix racing itself then, which of course is where the points are scored. Liam's got a penalty then, unfortunately, for the Hash driver, then heading through into Sector 2. One stop may be possible, then 12 laps. Meds then says Kamara Racing, then yeah, I'd say the same. Come on, Mushroom, then great race so far then for the Mushroom. Then he's got himself within, where is he? I'm going the wrong way. He's got himself within the DRS, has he? Of the top two, not quite. Then here comes Jay Hings. Can he challenge for that race lead then into turn 1 on lap 9? Those soft compound tyres for Marsky must be screaming at this point of the race as well then, but as it stands, it's status quo then out there. Pit stop action. Vintage is coming in then. Vintage and Shadows are also in then, so Shadows, I think, has he done those 9 laps on those on the broken front wing as well. Fantastic stuff indeed for Shadows if he has done then, but he is going to have to fix that front wing then as well then, unfortunately for Shadows, which is going to be causing him a slower pit stop as well there, but he will be fresh as a daisy when he comes back out of the pits as well. So there we go. Good stuff indeed then. R2B then, where is R2B? He's up into P16 now, chasing down Rocket Lee. Then Rocket Lee has caught up to Sam then, who of course has made a pit stop then for those new medium compound tyres. He will be pretty quick then, will be Sam, I should say. That's not very good English, but there we go. But of course he's trying to make up the positions then on a 2-stop strategy. Then is Sam then, after going medium so far then in this Grand Prix in terms of the pit stops. And there we are. Right then. Oh, we had something jump up the order there, jump up out of the ground then. I think that was a bit of debris then flicking up off the track then as we go through then into Sector 3 then for the 9th lap. Then Shadows has got a 3-second time penalty. I'm very sorry for Shadows then, he's not had a good start. Then Jay Hings has got some support then in the comment section. Jamie has said, come on Jay Hings, then Jay Hings, can he take the lead then on to lap 10? Here he goes now then, he's very close indeed. He's 5 tenths away then. Mask is coming in the pit lane. So Marsky then gets out of the way of Jay Hings, slows the car down just in time for the pit entry as well. Then Jay Hings leads the way now onto lap 10 then. So how far can he go on those medium compound tyres? Venom then up into P3. Starting on the hard compound tyres then, of course. We'll wait and see how far he can get then into this Grand Prix then. We've got to watch Tom Huffy as well. Then he pitted very early on then for a new set of hard compound tyres. Started on the mediums then did Tom Huffy. Then now switching up the strategy then he's catching up to Anarchy Reaper then, who is of course yet to pit in the McLaren for now, but heading on through lap 10 then, can Tom Huffy start to make the gains then? Here of course is currently the net race leader then in terms of the pit stop strategies. Can he go for a move down the inside into turn 4 then? Yes he can. He's up into P6 and away he goes then. So who is his closest challenger then? We've got Marsky then. Marsky's on medium compound tyres again then. Oh no, he's not gone again, sorry. He started on the softs, didn't he then? So Marsky's gone from softs to mediums here. Is he trying to do a 1-stop on the softs mediums there for Marsky? Has he got it all wrong then? Goodness me. But we'll wait and see then. He might be looking to do a soft medium strategy here. We'll wait and see as well as we go through. But Marsky then will be catching up to Tom Huffy then in the next few laps. He's only about 2.5 seconds away then as it stands. But there we go. 1 stop might be possible then as well. Then can they get those mediums 12 laps into this race? Then they're going to have to go 16 laps then on the hards. Then if they're going to do that as well, then we'll wait and see how the strategies all play out then as we go into the pit lane. Then Mushroom is in the pits and he is calling it a day on his medium compound tyres after the 10 laps. And we'll see where he finishes out then. But it's been a pretty hectic start indeed then, as Anarchy Reaper has been passed by Marsky then. I think it was after the detection point there as well. Then we'll wait and see. But Groove Ninja has also got past as well then. So these two, of course, who started on the soft compound tyres, Mushroom then into the pit lane, then calling it a day. He's onto a new set of medium compound tyres though. So let's see, as here comes Groove Ninja down the inside on Marsky. Then these two are fighting for the lead. Of course, they've made their stops already then, or made their first stop already, I should say. And Groove Ninja swoops through then to take P6 then, net P2 then with his teammate currently leading, of course, but his teammate I think will have to make another stop as well then, so we'll wait and see then how it all plays out with the strategy then. But so far so good then. Tom Huffy might be on to a winner here in terms of the strategy. We'll wait and see. But he's now caught up then to Housie then, who's yet to pit as well. The top 4 yet to pit in this Grand Prix. Then Jay Hings leads the way by 7 seconds, but of course there's a lot of stops to come. As I think Rocket Lee just picked up a penalty. There's a few penalties rolling in then through Sector 2, isn't it there? But Rocket Lee has got himself past Sand as well now. And catching up then to the Ferraris as well as we go through. Then Huffy has passed the Housie. Sorry, there's too many H's around here. But Huffy now up into P4. Then he's got a just over a 2.5 second gap still. Then we've got more things flying off there as well. Then as through goes Mr. Elite and Mushroom. Then Anarchy Reaper of course yet to pit. Then of course maybe just getting out of the way then of those coming through then on a contra strategy. Then now Kaidel trying to catch up as well here. Mr. Elite then is on the hard compound tyres. Mushroom of course is on the medium compound tyres. Then he was having a bit of a battle there with Mr. Elite then in the early stages of the race. Can he get himself back past the Aston Martin? Then as into the pits comes Rosa Sky. Then Rosa Sky is back in the session thankfully. And he is going to go for the hard compound tyres. Kaidel sets the fastest lap of the race then. So Kaidel has found some form out there then on his new medium compounds as well. Then chasing down Mr. Elite and his teammate Mushroom as well. Then Mushroom has got himself past and up into P6. Now can he power on then for some more points positions as well? Then Groove Ninja and Marsky are in their battle as well. Then they're not quite catching up to Tom Huffy then at this stage either, to be fair, as that's interesting call as well. Then Tom Huffy's picked up a penalty, then goodness me, as that's going to be costly potentially towards the end of the race. Then we'll wait and see then, but Tom Huffy then is still using the pace of those hard compound tyres. He's keeping the gap quite steady then to Marsky and his teammate Groove Ninja for now, but those hard compound tyres we will expect to be able to go a bit longer than mediums as well. Then it depends on the drop off, doesn't it? Then when will they start to drop off then compared to the medium compound tyres, or will the mediums catch up then and drop off earlier? Then Marsky has done 2 laps then on his mediums. Groove Ninja of course has pitted 3 laps before Marsky. So Marsky might be in contention here then, and Groove Ninja might start to feel the pain of those medium compound tyres a bit earlier than the Red Bull driver. Then we'll wait and see. But of course both these two started on the soft compound tyres, didn't they? So they've done a fantastic first stint then to be able to get themselves so far into the Grand Prix before making their pit stops. Then Jay Hings from the lead of the Grand Prix is into the pits then for Kick Sauber. Then where will he filter out then is the question. And what's the strategy then for Jay Hings as well? Then it's going to be a set of hard compound tyres going on that Kick Sauber. Then according to Kamara Racer then in the comments, then that will be the one-stop strategy. And then hard compound tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Then, but where will he filter out? Then he will filter out in P8. Then just ahead, or just behind, sorry, Kaidel. Then Rocket Lee then is under pressure from Sand. Then as we go into, where will we going there? Goodness me. That is a very dangerous weaving indeed from both cars, to be fair. Heading through then into lap 13 then. Sand looking to put the pressure on then to try and get himself past and up into as we go up into turn 4 then. And oh god, he's gone into the back then of the Mercedes there as well then. Oh dear, there's medium compound tyres, there's hard compound tyres, there's contact there as well then as we head through then into sector 2. And I'm not sure they're going to be too happy with this. And then the Red Bull trying to get involved as well. Then R2P, he doesn't want to get mixed up with any issues then as well. Then because of course he's the championship leader then is R2P. And these two then having a bit of a battle then as well is going to be costly indeed. And there goes Liam trying to go around the outside. He can't quite slow the car down as well here. Oh god. It's terrible, terrifying, isn't it? And what's going on here then as well then as we go through then into sector 2 then, and Sand and Rocket Lee are still having a fight there as well. Rocket Lee then has got himself out of the way of his teammate. Then Liam's gone through into P11 and R2B has been released up into P9. And yeah, unfortunately that as Baz is now caught up then on his medium compound tyres as well then as we head down the hill then into lap 14. Then Groove Ninja has been passed by the Mushroom. Then Mushroom is on a charge. Then Groove Ninja is having a few issues out there on these medium compound tyres. He looked pretty strong then in the first few laps. Then Baz has had an issue out of the final corner, unfortunately for Baz, and that's cost him his attempt to try and get himself past Liam as well then, I think, as we head through then in towards the first turn once again. Then there's more weaving there, and there's a lock up for Liam I think there as well. Then goodness me, what's happened then? Both the Hasses are going round then. What's happened then as Baz has snuck through then in the Aston Martin? Oh god. I can't keep up with all of that. Right then, as we go through then into turn 4, lap 14 then, we're only halfway through, guys. There's still lots of time to go then in this Grand Prix, but my God. Right then, Liam then up into P11, and of course Liam started from the back of the field, then he's looking pretty strong then, as is Mushroom, who started from the back of the field as well, but Mushroom then is on a charge there. We'll go back to the battle here. Unfortunately, Rosa Sky is what's happened here. Rosa Sky and Rocket League then, and we've got Vintage also going through as well. Then where's Vintage gone through? He's up into P14. And good stuff indeed then from the Vintage, and he's got himself into P14. He's on the hard compound tyres then, as Rosa Sky, oh God, though, Rosa Sky's going to lag out again, isn't he? We don't want that, because Rosa Sky was having those issues then, I think, off the start of the race as well then. So hopefully he can stay in the session there, but unfortunately I don't know if Vintage can see even where he is, to be honest. But yeah, that is pretty terrible, that. Yeah, okay. Right then. Baz then trying to put the pressure on Liam for that P11 spot, then into the final corner. He stays behind for now then, but can he get the jump now on the with the DRS, then heading into turn one, into the main straight, then onto the main straight, I should say. Into the pits, there comes Rocket Lee, then he's calling it down the hard compound tyres. 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, unfortunately Rocket Lee as well there. Kydell then and Mr. Elite, then I think Mr. Elite has just got himself past as Rocket Lee is out of the Grand Prix, then he has quit into the pits as well then. So Anarchy Reaper then has jumped up to P18. Good stuff indeed then. Serious Mushroom is putting the pressure on. Marsky is caught up then to Tom Huffy. Then we're going to have to watch this battle here. Then Ruthless Venom then is leading the Grand Prix, but is yet to pit then in this Grand Prix. And of course we've got a few drivers then that are catching up on different strategies here as well. Then and Marsky then is looking to get himself past the Alpine of Tom Huffy very quickly indeed. And Mushroom has been brought along then into this fight as well. Did the one-stop last season and finished P2 in Bahrain, says Styles then. So Styles then saying that the one-stop is the way to go then as well. Then we'll wait and see. We've only got a few drivers on the one-stop strategy, I think, out here. But there we go then, as we go down the hill to finish off lap 15. Then Ruthless Venom, then is he coming into the pit lane? No, he's leading the way still. Tom Huffy then is gaining then on the kick salver. Of course, they've all made their pit stops then, or have made at least one pit stop, I should say. Can they catch up then in time then as we go through then on to lap 16? Then here comes Mushroom, here comes Marsky, then into turn 1. Mushroom down the inside. Is he going to go for it? Not quite. Then he stays. But oh, does he? It doesn't stay behind. Then he's going to try and shape for a move through turn 2, then and on to turn 3, and he's going to have a bit of more momentum as well as we go down towards turn 4. Then here he comes then on the attack, then down the inside of Marsky, then into turn 4. Then can he hold the position? Is the question then, and I think he's done it. I think he's done it then. Oh, there's contact then. Goodness me. And Marsky got a penalty as well for that then. That will definitely be looked at and removed. But Marsky then as a Mushroom then as I don't know whose problem was that. I'm not sure. But Mushroom has got himself up into P3. Marsky then I think will be very aggrieved about that, but I'm sure he'll be able to get that warning removed, and of course penalty removed then afterwards as well. Then Housie and Real Ashton are having a bit of a fight as well then for P16 then as it stands. Then Shadows is himself back in the point paying positions then. Good to see from Shadows then sticking at it. Then Rosa Sky and Baz then what's going on here as well then. Goodness me. Rosa Sky is definitely having issues with the internet out there. Kydell then is up into P6. He's passed Mr. Elite then into in the Ferrari, I should say, then up into the 6th spot then as it stands, then heading through sector 3. But of course Mr. Elite might be looking to get himself back through then along that main straight as well then. Once again then I'm not sure what's going on then. Well, Rosa Sky is definitely having there's definitely something to do with his connection out there, unfortunately, for Rosa Sky. Where we've got damage, I think. Yes, it's an end plate missing for Lee, and then unfortunately then we've got pit stop action. Tom Huffy is into the pit lane, making his second stop of the Grand Prix here. And before Venom's even made a pit stop, to be fair, so Venom's doing a great job out there. Mr. Elite then is up into P5, then back past Kydell. Then Vintage has got a 3-second penalty. Then Tom Huffy then is coming out of the pit lane. Where will he be? Will he be ahead of the Aston Martin in this pack that's coming through? It's not going to be easy then as we go through then into turn 1. Then where is the Alpine filtering out? Then he is, as Sam's got a penalty there. Not sure. Oh, that was he's further along, isn't he? So Huffy filters out in P12 then, just ahead of Vintage. Liam is also in the pit lane. Groove Ninja gets a 3-second penalty as well. Then goodness me, the penalty starting to roll in Bahrain. And of course, with the track vote being the track vote, then they've got well, supposedly you've got less time to practice then, because you've got 3 tracks then that could potentially be the event then for the evening as well. Then so Japan, Saudi Arabia then were ruled out then by the votes in the comment section earlier on in this stream, and Bahrain was the one that was chosen then. So potentially there's a few drivers then a bit rusty around Bahrain. Then we'll wait and see. But Rosa Sky then is going to be under pressure then from the Alpine of Tom Huffy then on the hard compound tyres. Can he get himself back up into the lead of the Grand Prix? We'll wait and see. We'll come back to that. Kydell's under pressure from Jay Hings now as well. Then he's been passed by Mr. Elite, and Jay Hings is now caught up then on his one-stop strategy then. So we've had some rumours then. We've had Jay Hings will win this race, Kamara race then, as he go down the inside into the final corner then. Goodness me, that's close indeed between himself and Kydell. Jay Hings is through, I think, just about. Yes, he is. Then into the pits comes Groove Ninja then as well. He's done his 2 stops then on the medium compound tyres, calling it a day then as well. Then is Groove Ninja there. So Tom Huffy then is he's stuck behind a bit of traffic here as well, which is the problem then for the Alpine, because he doesn't want to be stuck behind all of this. Into the pits comes San and Baz as well then. So there's a lot of pit stop activity still again then on the second stint here as we go down the inside into turn 1. It turns to the outside, it turns back again then as Rosa Sky's got a bit laggy and deep. That's not a reference or anything, that's just because he's lagged and he's gone deep. But there we go, Tom Huffy's up into P8 I should say, into turn 4, and now on a charge with R2 Beat ahead as well then. Oh goodness me, it's calmed down a bit, thankfully. That's good to see. Mushroom then is caught up now to Venom as well. Venom's yet to pit in this Grand Prix, and we do expect more pit stops to come then for Mushroom and for Marsky as well then, who's dropped back a bit unfortunately as Marsky. There's more debris being flicked up there. Jay Hings as Rocket Lee has left the session. Then Jay Hings is in P4 then. He's on the one-stop strategy, remember. Then we think Kamaro's thinking that this is going to be the winning strategy as well. Then Liam's unfortunately picked up another penalty out there. It's tempers flaring, then it's temperatures rising then I should say in the cockpits then here in Bahrain on lap 18, soon to be lap 19. Here comes Mushroom for the race lead. No, he's not coming for the race lead, he's going into pit lane. Well, there we go then. So he has decided that he doesn't want to go for the race lead, he wants to go for another pit stop. Then it's going to be a set of boots. So the boots is going to be really hard compound tyres to the Grand Prix for the Mushroom. And he will come out I think behind R2 Beat then, but the question is, will he be behind Tom Huffy then? And we'll filter out now then. Mushroom is coming out of the pit lane here. It's going to be close indeed between the Mushroom and Rosa Sky and Tom Huffy into turn 1. And they're close, there he is then. I think he's just behind Rosa Sky then, isn't he? Yes, he is just behind. Oh goodness me, I can't quite tell, and I don't think Rosa Sky can tell either, to be fair. Mushroom giving him a wide berth there, but he filters out in P9. Real Ashton also in the pits, hard compound tyres going on the Williams end, and away he goes to the end of the Grand Prix from here as well, I'm sure. San, of course, San has had a slower pit stop because he had to serve that 10-second time penalty, didn't he? So he's coming back out then. He's going to be close between himself and Real Ashton, but he filters out in P17. It's not all done and dusted just yet for San, though, so we'll wait and see how he fares in as well in the rest of this race then. Still 11 laps, or 10 and a half laps to go then in this one. Ruthless Venom is still yet to pit in this Grand Prix, so he is soldering on up there then on his hard compound tyres. Let's see what he can do then in this next half of the next quarter of the race, I should say, as we're going on to lap 20 momentarily. Then will he come into the pit lane now? Then yes, he will. And Marsky will retake the lead of the Grand Prix here. So there we go then, good stuff indeed. Jay Hings will filter into P2. But of course, we do expect Marsky to have to make another pit stop here, unless he's going to try and get those medium compact tyres 19 laps into the race then. Mr. Elite then is into P3 then. Mr. Elite then has gone under the radar then in his first 20 laps or so, but he's looking to get himself onto the podium positions here potentially, and I think he's just about snuck within that DRS, has he? Oh, not quite then. Venom then is into the pit lane. And he's going to come out then in P9 or P10, or where is he? Shadows then has got the inside line. There's contact then, and Venom then has not given the space, I don't think. Then Shadows then has gone for, oh no, he's not gone for a spin. He kept it under control then as Shadows then, but he's dropped down into P9. R2 then medium compound tyres, then P13. Kydell making a move on Housley then for P11 then with new hard compound tyres going on that Ferrari as well. Then Kydell then is currently ahead of his championship rival there, but R2 has now switched to the medium compound tyres and will be going pretty quickly to the end of this Grand Prix as well then. Did Rocket League pit and quit then, says Styles then? Yes, unfortunately then. Yes, says Pot Stuff as well then. Out of the Grand Prix then is the only retirement so far of this race. I probably jinxed it now, to be fair, but only retirement so far of this Grand Prix. Jay Hings is under 3 seconds away from Marsky. Then Marsky, of course, we're thinking about a pit stop, I'm sure. Venom has passed Vintage for P7. And yes, let's see if Marsky's going to come into the pit lane here. He is peeling into the pits then for Marsky then. So from the race lead then, he's going to be onto a new set of boots then. What's it going to be then in terms of the boots is the other question there. But where will he come out as well then in the field is the other question. Red Bull then putting on a new set of medium compound tyres. Then Jay Hings takes the lead. Mr. Elite then is right on the back of that kick Sauber then in P2. And putting the pressure on then is Mr. Elite, then Huffy, then up into P3, then Mushroom P4. Then we've got Marsky. Where is he coming out of the pit lane now? He's going to be behind Groove Ninja. I think it was going to be close between the two of them. Then into turn 1, Marsky then just ahead as we filter through the first couple of corners then on lap 21 then. And away he goes now, medium compound tyres. Shadows back in the pit lane, medium compounds going on the Racing Bull then. So it's a lot of strategies all over the place here, to be fair, as Baz is trying to get himself past Liam then as we head then through the into turn 1 then, and there is Shadows then filtering out then in P16 on a fresh set of boots then is Shadows there as well. They're good stuff indeed. Marsky then and Groove Ninja switching places. Then Marsky, of course, on the medium compound tyres will probably have a bit more pace than those on the hards then, and Dan Groove Ninja as well at this stage of the race. So we'll wait and see then as well how it all unfolds. Then out in front, the one stoppers leading the way at the moment, so they're looking pretty comfortable. Then 12 seconds back then is Huffy. Then he might start to catch up to the top two because he's on younger tyres. Then Sirius Mushroom then is in contention for a podium position here as well, and looking pretty strong then is the Mushroom. They're good stuff indeed. Venom then on the medium compound tyres will be looking to catch up. Then Rosa Sky trying to hold on to that kick Sauber to pull himself along then in this race, but unfortunately Rosa Sky's internet is not doing a good job then of holding it all together then at this point. Vintage is in as we got a change for the lead, have we? Oh, into turn 1. Oh dear, that's close then. As Mr. Elite's gone over the curb then as well then, goodness me. And well, he looked like he was trying to go for a move, but not quite then. More moves then as well. Vintage into the pit lane. He's got a 10-second penalty then for Vintage. It was all going so well then as we go into turn 4. Then I thought there was going to be more argy-bargy there as well then, but thankfully not then. It all stays Vintage. It all stays status quo then. Rosa Sky's got a 3-second penalty then. Medium compound tyres going on Vintage's car then as well. Then Mushroom has passed Huffy, or has he? He's gone down the inside at turn 4 then. Can Huffy hold the move then? Or no, can Mushroom hold the move, sorry. He has. He's got himself up into P3 then into the podium places now as well. Then Venom then is only 2 seconds behind this this squabbling pair then as well as we go through into lap 22. Jamie said perfect strat from the kick so far then as well then for so Jamie then, yeah, Jay Hings leading the way quite comfortably indeed then. He's just going to have to try and hold on to the lead then as well until Mr. Elite's tyres start to struggle then, because they will start to struggle 3 laps or so before Jay Hings has to worry about that sort of situation as well then. And we've only got a few more laps to go to the end of the Grand Prix, to be fair, as we go through then lap 22 then. Tom Huffy then as well then is unfortunate. I think he's going to be ruining the situation that if he maybe stayed out a lap or 2 longer then on the medium compounds then at the start of the race before he pit for the first set of hard compound tyres, potentially he might be able to have snuck a few seconds then further up the road. Then we'll have to wait and see. Well, we won't have to wait and see because we won't get to know, but if anybody can tell us, maybe Tom Huffy can tell us, but there we go then. Heading on to lap 23 then, Mr. Elite has had an issue somewhere because he's dropped off the back then of Jay Hings here, and I'm not sure if anything untoward happened there, but there we go then. Tom Huffy is going to go back through then into P3 into turn 1 and retakes the podium place then as well then from Mushroom. Then Ruthless Venom has caught up to this pack as well now and is looking to try and fight for the final podium spot here as well then, with 6 laps to go then at the end of this one as well then. Broke the DRS, says Jamie then. So he broke the DRS arrested Jay Hings then, and has now got that comfortable gap then to his closest rival as it stands. And there we go then, he's looking very comfortable indeed now, much more comfortable for Jay Hings then in control of this Grand Prix then. Good stuff indeed then, looking on form then in Bahrain then is the Kick Sauber driver there of Jay Hings, and to be fair the Kick Sauber team, because Ruthless Venom is looking to get himself into podium contention as well potentially on those medium compound tyres. The only thing that Mushroom and Huffy can do then is try and hold on then, hold the Kick Sauber back then for as long as possible then, and potentially, as in the background got Marvsky passing for P6, potentially then we'll have to wait and see then if those medium compound tyres start to falter, then start to fade then towards the end of the Grand Prix here as well then. But it looks like thought he was going to go for a move there, but he's gone very wide then as well. There has Venom then into sector 3. There's more lag spikes there as well then. Goodness me, Spiffy, stop watching the adult videos there as well then, as we go into the final quarter then. Venom then is all over the back then of Mushroom. Then Marvsky's got himself past Rosa Sky then for P6 then on his fresh medium compound tyres as well then is Marvsky. So we'll have to wait and see then if he can get himself further up the order as well then for the medium runners. Then he's on 2 lap younger tyres, or 1 lap younger tyres, sorry, than Venom as well. Then heading into turn 1 then, Venom thinks about it, but he thinks better of it as well. Then Groove Ninja up into P7, passing for, oh dear, that internet connection is scary indeed, isn't it? But Groove Ninja up into P7 then, now trying to chase down his adversary then from earlier on in the Grand Prix of Marvsky as well. Shadows then looking to make a move for P12 then, of course. Shadows doing a recovery job in this race then after a very difficult first half of the Grand Prix. Is, oh dear, you can't turn in there when there's a car alongside you already then, Liam, unfortunately, but he's put himself through Shadows then. Liam then is on the hard compound tyres. He might be in contention then if Shadows' tyres start to drop off towards the end of the Grand Prix. Baz is in contention as well then, but so is Vintage then on the medium compound then, as Vintage has got end plate damage there on that left end plate. It's missing then for the William. Not sure what's happened there. But as we go through then into sector 2, he's held on then to P14. Liam's got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, then going through into sector 2 again. Then that is where the penalties are rolling in then, as R2B has passed Housey for P10 now, and on the charge then he's back up into the top 10 now is R2B, but he's going to have to get his skates on as well to try and catch up to all of those ahead of him with penalties, because the penalties might play a big factor then in the finishing order for this Grand Prix. Lap 25 then has started as well. Then Jay Hings leads the way. Then driver of the day is out in the comments section. There is your vote. Then there is your poll. Then we'll get the position changes up, so you can have a look then at the situation out there as well. Then Serious Mushroom, Jay Hings, Mr. Elite and Housey then are your candidates as well then for driver of the day as it stands. But there could be some more chopping and changing to go on then, so don't get your vote in too early, unlike your track vote earlier. Get your vote in then when you've had all time to consider them, because there could be 4 more laps of action, or there is going to be 4 more laps of action then to unfold in front of our very eyes as we go through the rest of this Grand Prix. Now then, Mushroom then is currently in podium contention then with Huffy's penalty, of course. There's a lot of penalties then further back as well then, so we'll have to have a look at the penalty situation as well, won't we? That's a good idea then. 3 seconds then for Huffy, then for Venom, for Marvsky, Groove Ninja and Rosa Sky, then 3 for Shadows as well. Then that won't cost him any positions as it stands then. 9 for Liam then, and Vintage has got 13 then. Goodness me, of course he got 10 seconds of speeding in the pit lane, didn't he, Vintage, unfortunately, which could cost him a place potentially then in the points paying positions then. Sam has got 3 seconds as well. He's trying to catch up then to the top 15 as well here in the Mercedes car as we go through now as well then. But yes, that's the situation then. In terms of the stops, we'll have to have a look at this as well, to be fair, because we've had quite a few strategies out there as well then. 1 stops, 2 stops, potentially even 3 stops coming as well then, we never know. But wait and see then. But all the stops then all over the place as well then for all the grid as well. So interesting strategies out there as well then from everybody on the field. We'll keep it on that then for the time being as we go through then into lap 26 then. Out in front then, Jay Hings keeping the gap quite steady then. Of course, Mr. Elite's got 3 lap older tyres than the Kick Sauber driver. So yes, that might play a factor then towards the end of this Grand Prix then into this last few laps then. Pens now would be race over then, says Potsdam as well. Then we need a safety car for Mushroom then as well, says Styles there. Goodness me, please no, not any more disasters. But there we go then. Mushroom then is looking at quite comfortable then as well then, for as Vintage is back in the pit lane. I'm not sure if this is going for the fastest lap point or something for Vintage then, but he's not had a good race here in Bahrain, unfortunately, for Vintage, which is a big shame indeed, because we always want the true Geordie to be on top then, don't we? Well, I do anyway, so there we go then. That's not a sexual preference, that's just... that's something else. But there we go then. Right then, lap 26. Goodness me, I've got myself all flustered now talking about Vintage there, but never mind. I'll have to worry about that then after the Grand Prix is over there. But here comes Mushroom then. He's putting the pressure on Huffy for that final podium place then. Venom then has not been able to get past then. And with the medium compound tyres, he needs to use them at the early stage to make the best of them as well then. But unfortunately, he's been stuck behind Mushroom and Huffy as well then, which could cost him a potential podium place here then for Venom, which will be a big shame indeed, because he's been he's done a one-stop strategy then. He's done the opposite of Jay Hinks, hasn't he, then, in terms of the strategy. They've swapped it around then at Kick Sauber. It's not worked out too well then for Venom as it stands, but of course there's still time to go then in this Grand Prix. Jay Hings leads the way 2 seconds now the gap then, so Mr. Elite's tyres, I think it's starting to struggle then as we go through onto lap 27. Then he's got to hold them together for 3 more laps, including this one of course, as we get to the checkered flag. Then we're nearly there now. No more safety cars, so unfortunately for Styles then there's no safety cars left then in this Grand Prix as we go on to lap 27 now. And we will have to fight to the death then, hopefully not literally. Baz then looking to get himself past Liam then for P13, not quite then into turn 1, then he's a bit too far back. That Haas has broken very late there and kept under control very nicely indeed as well, has Liam. He's got some damage though on that left end plate that could be putting him under pressure then from Baz a bit more as well. Then San has got himself into the points paying positions with the pit stop then from Vintage as well. Then he's gone for the soft compound tyres as Vintage, and hopefully he can get that point for fastest lap then, because he deserves something in this race, does the Vintage then, and we'll wait and see then what he can do then in the latter parts of this race, as Rosa Sky has left the session. And goodness me then, so yeah, Rosa Sky unfortunately disconnecting from the session then has it's been very costly then for Rosa Sky then, and for Shadows to be fair. So you got so Shadows then is probably very happy about that. Hopefully Rosa Sky can get himself back in the session very quickly indeed, because he needs to finish this race in the next lap or two. Then we've got 2 laps to go then as we go on to lap 28. The penultimate lap is underway. They are catching Mr. Elite, but only 2 laps to go then, says Styles as well. Then they are catching Mr. Elite, but again then I think they're going to run out of laps here. Then they're getting closer and closer. That Mr. Elite is holding on then for a fantastic podium then as it stands. But we'll wait and see then, of course, because anything can go wrong in league racing, and anything usually does go wrong in league racing. That's a twist on the famous line then about F1. But if it's going to go wrong in league racing, it's going to go wrong in league racing. Rosa Sky is back in the session then. He's lost a place though to Kai Dell then. Can he get himself back in quickly enough then to hold off R2 Beat then? Unfortunately, I don't think he can. Then Liam's also in the pit lane, so he's calling it down on the hard compound tyres then. Potentially softs going on for Liam as well then, and he can try and rival Vintage for that fastest lap point then. He's got a new front wing going on that car as well then. Vintage is 2.2 seconds up then on his previous time. He's gone purple in sector 2 then. Here comes the Vintage true Geordie then. Can he do it then? Let's see as we go into the final corner then. Can he do it? I hope he can, to be fair, for Vintage as well then. It'll be fantastic stuff indeed. Then here he comes to the line then. Vintage to the line. It's going to be fastest lap for Vintage then. Brilliant stuff indeed. And I think that's the happiest I've been all evening so far, to be fair. But well done indeed to Vintage. And yeah, love that indeed. Mushroom then starting to drop off the back then of Huffy then, as Huffy started to put his foot down there. Mushroom's got slightly younger tyres then. Maybe there was a bit of a mistake somewhere on that lap there. But now on to lap 29 of 29. We're on the final Grand Prix lap as we head through then in towards turn 1. What are we going to see here then? I think Venom's tyres then have given up then, unfortunately, there for the Kick Sauber. Then he's done 9 laps and soon to be 10 at the end of this one. And unfortunately, there just wasn't enough to get him past then in the early stages of the stint as well then, which has cost him a potential podium place. Then we'll wait and see. Mushroom could be promoted onto the podium then. Penalty permitting, goodness me, as we go through then into sector 2 for the final time then as well. But of course, penalties could be looked at and removed potentially as well. Then goodness me, Rosa Sky is back in the car then, but he's all over the place still. Real Ashton has passed Anarchy then for that final points paying position then. Good stuff indeed from Real Ashton then into the points paying positions there as well. Can Liam, then Liam's going to have to try and fight Vintage for that fastest lap. Then Vintage currently holds the status quo then as we go through then into the final sector for the final time on lap 29. Then Jay Hings is leading the way. Then Jay Hings has done a one-stop strategy, then he has made it work to perfection as well then as we head through into the back straight for the final time. Then down to the final corner for the kick Sauber. Then Jay Hings then rounding that final corner. Then he is going to see the checkered flag as we go on to the main straight then on lap 29. Then Jay Hings is your winner then here in Bahrain. A fantastic result then for the kick Sauber driver. Then what a race then from Jay Hings to take the crown then in Sakir. My goodness me then. Mr. Elite then P2 in the end, then a brilliant podium for Mr. Elite as well then, and well, credit to the Aston Martin driver then. He came out of nowhere then, didn't he? Around lap 20-21 then, he saw him then trying to fight Jay Hings for the lead of the Grand Prix then, out of nowhere, and onto the podium then, P2 for Mr. Elite then, brilliant stuff indeed. Mushroom then in P3 then, onto the podium then for the Mushroom then. He started at the back of the field, then he lost his car keys in qualifying as usual, but he got himself then into the top 3 then with a fantastic race strategy as well, then a fantastic race indeed as well for Ferrari, and claims that final podium spot then as well. Brilliant stuff then for the Mushroom there as well. Then we'll run through the full classification then at the end of the podium celebrations then. But there we are then here in Bahrain then, round 3 of Bronze Season 11. Then Jay Hings is our race winner then here in Sakir then. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Congratulations podium, says R2Beat. Then one stop did it, says Styles as well. Then great drive from Jay Hings, says Jamie. Yes it was indeed. GG all that hurt, says Mushroom. Goodness me. Congratulations top 3 from Pot Stuff as well there. Brilliant race indeed then, and like I said, thrown into the mix then as well then with the track vote then, and they got themselves to the line as well for the for everybody as well who got was test. Well, it's all over the place. I'm all over the place. There is the podium celebrations then. Jay Hings on the top spot. He's going to take a few selfies then as they celebrates the podium there as well then, and the race win. We've got Mr. Elite then in P2. They're brilliant stuff indeed for Aston Martin, and of course Ferrari of Mushroom then in P3 as well. RTB says P9, happy with that then after difficult opening lap then. So yeah, struggling back to lap, well not struggling back then, regaining pace then in that race after the first lap or so. RTB, what happened as well, says Styles as well there. So there we go then. There's a few inquiries going on then in the paddock then after this Grand Prix, but there we are then. There is the classification then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Round 3 of Bronze Season 11 is done and dusted. Jay Hings takes the win then. Mr. Elite P2, Mushroom in P3, Huffy in P4 then as well. That penalty was costly in the end there. Venom in P5, Marvsky P6, Groove Ninja P7, Kaido in P8, R2Beat in P9, Rosa Sky, I don't know if he was in the session at the end of that, but he's P10. How's in P11, then Shadows recovering to P12, then Baz in P13, Real Ashton P14, Sand rounds off the points paying positions then, Anarchy P16, Liam in P17 does steal the fastest lap away from Vintage as well then, Vintage in P18, and unfortunately Rocket Lee was the only retirement of this Grand Prix. Well, there we go then. Shall we run through the classification? We'll have a quick look through this as well, so I can just use this to check the warnings and that sort of thing. No, I've run out. Never mind. Okay, I tried my best then. If you've got any warnings, you have to use your own race director. That's that then for the race session, I should say. We'll get some interviews underway then now. We'll start off then with our race winner then as well, Jay Hings. And Jay Hings, a fantastic result then indeed as well. Then one-stop strategy won it for you as well. Was it down to the strategy or your pace, or was it both, or what was the situation there, Bill? How do you feel after that?
I think it's strategy. I had great pace, but the choice from the start to save tyres and kind of focus on just making it a one-stop is a big part of why I think I've won that race. Because I knew that it is a difficult one-stop. So when you see people on softs, the temptation is to try and stay with them, but I kind of made the decision that I'm not going to try and stay with them. I'll catch back up on tyres, and I'll make sure I'm doing a one-stop. And for how it feels amazing. It felt like a perfect race from where I'm sitting.
And it seemed pretty perfect as well indeed. Of course, you had a bit of fighting to do as well then to try and get yourself back through the positions when in the end of the first stint there on those soft comp, well, those others were on the soft compound tyres especially then. With that race win, then of course so very early on in the season. Then, but what's your thoughts now going into? I think it's Miami next week. Then, and further on then into the season. Then, can you try and fight for the top of the order then as well in the next few races?
I think podium first week at Australia, bit of an off week in China, and then P1 here. I think you've got to put yourself in the title fight after that, after a performance like that. Feeling so good about it, I've got to put myself in there. But I can put myself in there, but I've got to prove it week in, week out. Really, I think off weeks like China need to stay as just off weeks and consistently kind of challenge the podiums, get podiums. But I think I will be there.
And with all of the strategies all over the place, then were you stuck to that one-stop strategy from the get-go, or did you know, or did you think maybe earlier on that you might have to change that up to trying to stay with your rivals as well there?
I think the one stop was always what I was going to try and do. The lap that I was going to box did kind of change. I was debating 10, 11, 12. I think when I saw Mushroom going behind me, I think it was, I was thinking, all right, I'm going to have to match that. But luckily, I had an engineer with me to say that he's actually gone into medium, so he's going for the two stops. I thought, all right, ignore that then. This is just me kind of racing on my own, going for that one stop. Let's do what's going to be the quickest overall race time. And I think that's what I achieved.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Well, it was what you achieved. You got the win, so it's exactly what you got. So brilliant stuff indeed. Then well done, Jay Hings. Then our race winner tonight here in Bahrain, and we'll see what he can do then in the next part of the season as well. Then on to P2. Then I'm not sure if Mr. Elite has joined us. To be fair, did he join us, Mr. Elite? Are you there? Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's good. Good stuff indeed. Mr. Elite, then, you've got yourself a podium then in bronze season 11 then. That was a fantastic race from your point of view. And
Thank you.
I was saying on the stream, to be fair, you sort of snuck up out of nowhere then. How was that race from your point of view?
I did. I kind of surprised myself a little bit, Alex, to be honest, because I was actually planning to do the two stop. And that hence why I pitted at, I think it was lap 9 or lap 10. I came off the mediums and went onto the hards. I just thought, oh, Joe, what, I'm going to go on the hards and then just kind of maybe stop again at lap 20, lap 21. But I was looking at obviously this track, it's the left rear that really suffers. Sorry, the front left. But that front left for me, it was fine. It was hanging up absolutely fine. I didn't have as much damage on that front left as I thought. I just thought let's just keep going rather than do that two stop and then end up with a load of traffic to get through. So I took it. It was a bit of a risk, but it paid off in the end. I think I finished with about 85% damage that wear on that front left. So luckily it held up. I was sweating towards the end, and I could see the lights of Mushroom and Tom Huffy just starting to pick up a little bit on me, and I think they were just about a second or 2 seconds behind in the end. Jay Hings was absolutely, I think at the end, he had a lot younger tyres than me, so I just left him to it. I knew he won that race, and the focus was just making sure I secure that P2 really. So yeah, really happy considering this was a track in Bahrain that it's not one of my favourites. When I saw it got voted, I was a little bit like, oh god, here we go. But no, it was actually a bit of a touch in the end. So yeah, really happy with that one.
It was a fantastic race from our point of view to watch you doing a great job there as well. We did see it was round lap 23 or 4, something like that. You were looking to try and challenge for the lead. Then did you think potentially at that point that the race would not be on the cards?
At one point, yeah, but I knew that I was on a lot more worn tyres than Jay Hings. I think that my engineer came on and said he was only 10 or 11 laps or something, and I was like, yeah, I can't see me doing this, and that turned out to be true, because I think it got to about lap 24, 25, and I could see he just started that gap just started to get bigger and bigger. So understandably, so when he had the less worn tyres, and obviously his pace was unreal. So and then like I say, my concentration was just making sure I secured a podium and didn't slip up or spin or anything like that with such worn tyres. So yeah, really happy with that one today.
Great stuff indeed as well then. And of course, similar to Jay Hings, then you've been getting the consistent results in the first 3 rounds of the season now. What's your plans then going into round 4 then, and of course further on to the season as well?
I've always said I'm happy to take podiums. I think I had a good start. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into Australia, the first race. I couldn't get into quali for technical issues, but I think I came from 20th to 7th, which I was really happy with that. So good pace. China was a bit of a letdown. Unfortunately, the strategy let me down there. That was my own fault. I took a risk and it didn't work. Sometimes it does work, like today. That wrist did work, but yeah, I think podiums. I'm still on. I think I'm just shy of 200 races. You might be able to tell me, Alex. Don't know, but
Oh,
I've
no
still
idea, mate.
yet to.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I think it's close to near 200 races, and I'm still looking for that first win in ALR, which is mental. It's like a Nico Hulkenberg-esque with his podium. So I'm looking for that. That's my
It's going to
target for this
happen, don't
season.
worry.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It happened to Nico last year, so we can believe it can happen to me. So yeah, no, that's definitely one of my biggest targets is to finally get that win. So it'll come in good time. I just need it all to come together, which is part of motorsport, of course. So yeah, no, that's my targets really.
Great stuff indeed, and congratulations tonight then for Mr. Elite, then P2 here in Bahrain, then for Aston Martin. And last but not least, we've got a mushroom then in the commentary box. Serious mushroom then. How are you feeling after that one?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, feel alright about it. I said I was close to giving up, actually, to be honest. The game altogether, but things seemed alright tonight.
Great stuff indeed. Then, and are you pleased with the result then with P3 tonight after some fantastic battles?
Yeah, I could have won it once, but I fell for the old orange light coming on my tyre and thought I best go in and change them. When, like, in reality, I only had like 2 or 3 laps to go to stretch out to get onto the odds, and that's another 23 seconds thrown down the drain, innit? And I thought, I'm stuffed now.
Well, you still did a great job then fighting to P3. Then you had Venom then and Huffy then in your sights then as well towards the end of that race. Then were you just trying to keep the pace? And of course, you had no penalties as well, which is a mushroom special, of course. So you had no penalties then, which got yourself a podium place in the end there. So you must be well, you must have been sweating it towards the end of that race. To be fair.
Yeah, I actually had 2 warnings, but one was because I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been Mozza Sky's car started flicking all over the place. So I didn't know whether it was in front of me or not, or it was like down the road from me. So I swerved off the track and it gave me a warning for that. But so I was kind of panicking at the end, like just saying, don't get a penalty. And with Venom and that, I knew that they had penalties, so I just thought keep within 3 seconds of them. I didn't care if he passed me because I'd just stick within 3 seconds of him.
Very good stuff indeed, and it's the mushroom way then from was P19 then of course we only had 19 to start, but P19 to a podium then is not too shabby indeed as well there. So yeah, you got to be pleased with that one surely.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Yeah, I was getting a bit like disheartened with the game, to be honest, and kind of give me a bit of a kick up the backside.
That's all right. I'll give you a kick up the backside. Good stuff indeed. Well done indeed then to the podium guys as well. Then well done to Mushroom then P3. We'll see you in action for bronze. Sorry.
Congrats to Ings and Mr. Elite, by the way.
Yeah, there we go. Good stuff indeed. And of course, we're back in action next week there for more bronze action. Then stay tuned then on Sunday for some 100% action as well. So we'll see you very soon.
Bye bye.